Next up, we're going to be looking at the Olympus EM-1X with the 50 to 200 millimeter lens. Razor sharp, razor sharp, 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 sharp. That's a 2. That's not razor sharp. That's close. That's razor sharp. Sharp. That's out. And then the bird starts to go out of the frame. So that did pretty well, actually. So let's look at these three real quick. That's pretty close, but it's out. Razor sharp. Razor sharp. It's great. It's razor sharp, razor sharp, razor sharp, razor sharp, razor sharp, razor sharp, sharp. No, that one's a 2. Not quite razor sharp. That one's a 1. Completely out. So let's look at some of these frames that oftentimes will really throw a camera into a tailspin with predictive autofocus, and that is a busy background. This image, it's razor sharp. That one's out. That's 1. Out. Razor sharp. Out. Out. So in that series it didn't do so hot. It did not do so hot. So let's take a look at another group. Let's start this one. This is a nice series of images where the bird is starting way out at a distance, which is what I mentioned earlier that we like to try and have happen so that the camera can get on to the subject matter. Razor sharp, sharp, out. That one's close, but remember to give it a 2 instead of 3. That one's razor sharp, 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 out, out. And then as it gets closer, it goes even further out. Alright, it did pretty well. I'd like to see it do better as it gets closer to the camera. Razor sharp, that's out. Razor sharp, 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 razor sharp. This one's actually probably a 2. So that's razor sharp, 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 razor sharp, 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 out, razor sharp, razor sharp, out, razor sharp, out, and then the bird goes out of the frame. Notice there's not as many pictures without birds in them. That's because there's not as much electronic viewfinder lag as I have on the G9 with the EM-1X. Okay, let's look at this series. Razor sharp, razor sharp, 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 sharp. That's out, out, out. Let's go with situation with confusing background again. That's out, 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 out. Did not do well with those images at all. So I think you get the idea. The EM-1X is not doing too bad. Let's do one more series before we move on to the A9, this one's razor sharp. Razor sharp. This one's out. That one's a 2 out of 3. That one's totally out. That one's sharp. Sharp. That's a 2. Out. And you can see as it gets closer to the camera, it's more difficult for the camera to keep up. But it didn't do too bad. It didn't do too bad. So that's the EM-1X.